Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the multidimensional actions in more detailed way. In our previous video, which is advanced SSAS multidimensional cube, we talked about it high level on these actions. But however, a couple of users asked to cover the actions in detailed way. So for that reason, I'm creating this video only to focus on the actions. Without further delay, let's go into the details of actions. Now here you can see the Visual Studio that I already opened, which is where we created our basic and advanced cube. Now I'm going to uh, explain you what are the types of actions are available and how we are going to use it. At least I used 90% of action properties. Most of them I used in my project, but let me share uh, detailed way of each action target and their properties. And here you can see I already created actions. Here I created around 15 actions to explain each option in the actions. So now, how do we create the action? When you right click on the, so yeah, before we right click, we need to go to the cube and then go to the actions tab. Under that, you can create the right click on this window, action organizer. Under that, you will have three options. One is the new action, other one is the new reporting action, and new drill through action. So these are the three types of actions that we have in cube. So the first one, action, new action, is actually which will allow you to customize your actions. But in the second option, reporting action, so the reporting action mainly you can call your SSRS report or some other reports where you can pass your parameters, and then you can create your reporting actions. And then drill through action, so drill through action will allow you to select the columns instead of writing any code. And so that's how drill through action works. Simply select your dimension, list of dimensions and measures that you can choose, and make it available for the user action. But so before we go into these actions and where these actions will come to the picture, now here let me go to the Excel file which was connected to our cube. And here you can see here there are a lot of attributes that we are using in our reporting. But now let's say you have this cell E4 cell at NetUSD, and if you want to see what is the detailed level information behind this, right? Generally, when you double click this, what will happen? It will bring the first 1,000 rows from your fact table. Whatever you see this action, the detailed action for that, right? All those rows contributed to arrive to this NetUSD value. All those records will be appeared in the separate sheet, which is nothing but our drill down action. So in here, it's completely fetching the data from your fact table. It's not from your cube level. So now my requirement is I want to create the customized drill down actions. That's the way we use this actions tab and create our customized actions. Basically, the actions will help you to do the detail level analysis for that particular member or particular measure. That's how the drill down actions works. And now let's go into the first one, drill through action. The drill through action I just created and given the name, and here I selected the so what is the measure group members that I want to fetch it for my drill down action. I choose the fact cells. From the fact cells, I want to fetch my measure groups and respective dimensions. Now, at what scenario I want to fetch it? So you need to mention your condition. Let's say you want to enable this drill through action only when the user selected the cells in NetUSD. Or you can choose any specific measure. Even you can also choose couple of measures also. You can write like this by using the R class. So along with my NetUSD, I want to enable this drill through action for ASPUSD. Okay, so now so far, if we go back to Excel file and see here for NetUSD, we enabled only the action here, drill through action, right? Drill through action is only enabled in here. Now, if you right click on ASPUSD, drill through action is not enabled. Okay, now what I'll do, since I made the change, right? I just added the additional condition in my action. Now what will happen? So these same drill through action will enable for both NetUSD as well as the ASPUSD. Now coming to this tab, drill through columns tab, that's where you select which are the columns you want to part of your drill down, drill through. You can choose them and Also, you can do the same thing for your dimension. So whichever the dimension attribute you want to part of your part of your reporting, you can choose the dimension. Under the dimension, you can choose specific list of attributes to display in your drill through action. Now, since I made this change, let me deploy this change. This time I'll do the incremental deployment. I don't want to do the full deployment. I just click the start button. Now my cube deployment is completed. Now let's see what will happen to our Excel. Now I go to Excel and refresh all. So now the refresh is completed. Now you can see here under the ASP/USD, we also see the drill through action that we created. Now here you can see these are the columns that we selected in our Visual Studio, right? So where we selected transaction date, seller customer name, and then there's two measures that we selected under the drill through action. You can see here. So which are the columns that you select under the drill through columns? Those columns will appear in your drill through action. That's about drill through action. Now coming to the next action is report action. Reporting action is nothing but you simply, based on your action target and condition, you can call any specific SSRS report or Power BI report based on the parameters that you can pass, and you can call that SSRS report. Primarily, this action will be used to call the SSRS reports in Excel dashboard. Okay, so now if you go back to our scenario, so presently the report action is enabled for sales total quantity. So that means since we condition this condition is enabled, this action is only appears for the sales total quantity, and for other measures it won't appear. But if you remove this condition, it will, this report action will appear for all the measures. But since I enabled only at sales total quantity, now you can see this action under only sales quantity. Now let me see sales quantity, and then additional action. You can see report action. And then since there is no SSRS report, it's keep failing because I didn't map any real SSRS report. Whatever I mapped here is the dummy one. That's the reason it's throwing the error in the browser. Okay, so that's how the report action works. And even while you passing the your server name and path and everything, you can also choose your parameters. Not only that, you can also export the SSRS report to Excel or PDF, and also you can select HTML3 and HTML5. That's about the these are the options that you can use it in your report action. That's about the report action. Now moving on, so this is the where the new action. This is called drill down action. Here you will have a lot of variety of the lot of varieties to do your drill down action functionality. Now let's get into those details. We'll start from here. The first drill down action is so I created multiple drill down action because I want to cover the action target wise. So here we will have a lot of action targets. So I want to cover it up based on the action target and the action content type. So that's how I want to cover it up. That's the reason I created multiple drill down action. Now here you can see, so you have a drill down action sales row set. Okay, so that means the action target I chose here is sales. Under the sales, there is no other option, all cells. And here I want to enable this drill down action only under the cell in ASP/USD. When the user right click on, go to this drill down action, this is the MDX query I want to call it. So the type that we used here is row set, and then we call the MDX query. Okay, so now let's browse this action in our Excel file. Okay, so we enable this under the ASP/USD, and then let me do that ASP/USD and right click on here, and then additional action. Under that you can see my drill down action cells row set, and that's it. The index query is fired, and then it fetched the data. Okay, and then moving on, the next one is the attribute members. So this is the where we use the action target. We change to from cells to attribute members. For that attribute members, it's asking for under the which attribute you would like to enable this action. For me, I choose the buyer geo country. When the user right click on buyer geo country, I want to call India country information from MSN site. That's the way I change my type to URL. Now let's see what will happen. Since it's already deployed, let me go to buyer geo country column. So on my sheet, buyer geo country, and here I have the United States. Even though you have United States, since we are hard coded the URL in that action, right? So in this action, so it's list border what you selected here. So based on your buyer geo country member, any member you choose, but still it will go to that particular URL and fetch the that whatever you mention in the URL link. So since I mentioned this URL as India is my country, and then it's executed and fetch the data. Now moving on, again we go back to our dimension, the next one, so which is the dimension member. So here we change the action target to dimension members level. For which dimension members I want to enable, I choose the dim seller geo. So under the dim seller geo, any member you take it, any dimension attribute, any member you take it, this dimension and this action will be enabled. What I'm calling under this action, so again I'm using the MDX query by changing the type to row set. Now let's see what will happen to dimension members. Where is my Excel file? Yeah, under the Excel file. So I have a seller region, under the seller region America, and then drill down action dimension members. That's it. Now I got the my customer name and net USD, because that's the one I mapped the MDX query in my action. Now moving on, same thing we can do at hierarchy level. So this time I choose the time hierarchy from my time dimension because it's purely on the hierarchy level. Again, when the user go to that hierarchy, time hierarchy, right click and go to drill down action, I'll see only the buyer customer name, sales net USD. That's the MDX query. I mapped it here. So now let's see that part. Time hierarchy here, and then here I go to the additional actions. Then you can see here hierarchy. So now you got the details of those two measure and buyer customer details. Now next one is the members. So again we use this at hierarchy member at CY time. Again that's the reason you can see same action under here, drill down action. Again it calls the same. So this is about hierarchy and hierarchy members. And then moving on the level. So under the hierarchy we'll have a multiple levels, right? So you can choose which level you want to enable the drill down action. Now in my scenario, for this drill down action level, I enabled at calendar month level, where I'm calling the simple MDX query under my action. So now see, since I enabled the drill down action at CY month level, let me go to my Excel file, and here you can see here, if I go to additional action, you won't see any level related drill down action. Only it will appear when you expand to month level. So let me do that. And now quarter level and then month level. So now you can see I'm at month level. Now the drill down action will enable for level. Okay, so you can see now I'm getting the data. Similar thing for the level member. Which level member you want to enable the drill down action? Same thing, I did the drill down level member. And the difference is level is the month level, member is if you go inside the value, month level under the month level, so you will have the a level member, because suppose the level member how it will work. So if you write your condition here only to enable the drill down action for last month of the quarter, so you can write the condition here if your user current member dot value equals to last month of last month for that quarter. So if you write that condition, so the level member is only enabled for last month of the quarter. You know that such scenarios you can use this level members action. Next one is the drill down action at cube level. So action target is cube, and here you need to select current cube, and then you can do whatever type you want to give it here. It will work. So in my scenario, I use the URL instead of row set. So now what will happen? Let's see. So since we enabled at cube level, at any cell you right click, you will get the drill down action, and it will try to open the my Google page. That's the one I mapped in my drill down action. So by the way, I covered here only the action target, but I didn't cover many of the types. Only either, I mean, in my project, either we use the row set or URL. Even I'm not sure how this data set and proprietary and statement will work, because there is no dedicated document for the multidimensional cube drill down actions. I'm still yet to explore how data set and proprietary and statement will work, but for now I'm focusing only on the row set and URL. So that's about when you choose the action target equals to cube. Moving on, so I think we pretty covered all the action targets here. So by using these all action targets, you can enable the drill down action at dimension attribute level, cube level, and also the hierarchy level. And within the hierarchy, you can also enable the level, particular level. Okay. Along with that, so you can also write some if statements if at all you want to play uh, your drill down action based on the user selection. So let's say here what I'm trying to do, I enable the drill down action at sales in NDPUSD. What I'm choosing here, if the user at the quarter level, I want to fetch the drill down information for NDPUSD at quarter level. Otherwise, the rest of the time, I want to bring the drill down information at transaction date level. Now let's see what will happen. So since it's enabled for sales in NDPUSD, let me go to sales in NDPUSD. It's not enabled here. Let me drag that measure. Now I drag that measure, and here you can see I right click on here, and then you can see now I'm at month level. So yeah, even not month level, even transaction date level. So now the drill down action will work at transaction date level. Now let me collapse these values to quarter level. Now let me see what will happen, because I'm at quarter level. Now if I go here, you can see now the information is drill down action is appearing at quarter level. Of course, since we drag the hierarchy quarter column, that's the reason the calendar year and half year also get displaying. Don't worry about it, you can control that if you don't want to display. So that's about writing the if statement in the drill down actions. And then you can also write nested ifs, that will work. But yeah, again, don't write too many if statements. It will create a lot of confusion in future. If you want to troubleshoot or anything you want to modify, it will create a lot of confusion. So here I simply restricted it, just one if statement. Okay, moving on. With member value, so what does it mean? Along with if statement, if you want to uh, pass any cell value from your Excel and fetch the data, that is also possible. Now for the sales quantity, I want to seller geo country. For the chosen seller geo country, I want to bring current quarter and NDP USD information if the user at quarter level. Let's see what will happen. I mean, here this value is passing like we are passing like a parameter from Excel. The cube has intelligence to take the value from the Excel, then it will pass it to the this drill down action as a parameter. Now let me see seller geo. Is that seller geo selected here? No. Let me drag the seller geo. So seller geo country. So that's the one I'm looking for. And then here, if I click Canada's seller geo and go to drill down action, and then drill down action. No, some problem here. Okay, with member. Oh, I enabled for total quantity. Oh, lot of drill down actions created. Where is the total quantity? And it will take this particular Canada cell, and then where is that? Okay, some parsing issue seems. Okay, so with member value, that is correct only. I'm looking at right one. It's there already. Sorry, my fault. With member value. Now it will take the Canada information and get displayed in your drill down action. How you want to see whether it's fetched for the Canada or not? You can go to this first row. First row is always show you which are the filters that been applied to your drill down action, how that drill down action is used all your filters from your main report and pass it to the drill down report. So these are the filters. You can see this is how it passed the value, but for our scenario it takes the Canada as our parameter and fetch the drill down action. That's how it works at using the member value as a parameter. Now moving on, next drill down action is not only MDX query or anything, you can also write your DAX queries within your drill down action. Now let's see, since I enabled here DAX query as my type, I mean, DAX query, executing the DAX query is part of my action. So now I'll see under the total quantity. So we have the um, drill down action. So now let's see here, and right click here and then additional actions, and then you can see DAX query. Now the DAX query, since I mapped the time dimension and that time dimension, it fetched the data for entire time dimension. You can see here. All right, so I think we pretty covered all the properties in our actions, except these properties, these three properties: dataset, proprietary, and statement. I'm not sure. Again, I'm mentioning that how to use it, and there is no dedicated documentation to explore that. That's the reason. I'll see if I figure it out and how to use it. Definitely, I'll come back. Um, so, and also you can also create the some of the, you know, uh, VBA related assembles that you can map it under here. Under your cube we have assembles, right? So here you can map your ASP or VBA related DDLs, and then you can call them in your actions. That way also it will work. But I never tried I mean, map the additional external assembles and create our own drill down actions, but that is pretty possible. Okay, so I've seen some of the videos where the people are using the ASP, the DLL files, and calling the DLL files to their actions. That's all about actions. And uh, so let me know in case if you have any doubts or any troubleshoots, I mean, concerns. You can leave the message in the comment section. Then I'm happy to help you. And one last thing. So you can also see the templates under the here, where you have the different types of drill down actions, how to call them. These are just templates. When you double click, they will automatically come up, and just you need to fill this template and start using them for your business use case. All right, so that's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.